Cool. And a few little, because you created a few different designs.
Yeah.
Quickly take us through. I guess we've got like maybe 10 minutes each or something.
Yeah.
So you can have a quick, let me know where you got to, and then I've made some stuff as well. So yeah, take us quickly through it maybe.
Yeah, so all my designs are basic to like take the element from the LCF Engineering Technology Lab. So so this one is like to take the element from the facility in that lab, then like doing some designs, and the point is the leg of the frames can be moved a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one, and
Yeah, cool.
for this the on the face the effect line.
Yeah, it's nice to show it in context as well. It's something I don't do enough myself sometimes, but it's always important to see what it looks like. It's great.
And so this one is like take the element from some like wires, some acrylic sheet with the electricity, something like that, and connect to like neon wire, or use the like cable wire that can have LED light on the glass. It should be cool, I think.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Yeah.
And then that was that one there.
Yeah.
And then this one here.
Yeah, and the last one is from the one work that's created by the slave, and I use the cable wire as well. That will be like the blue light on go around the frames. Yeah, just like this.
Cool. Because I think I kind of went for this one in the end a little bit.
Yeah.
Partly because one of the questions was a little bit because with Lee Ewell, the other guy, there's a chance to sell it in their shop. I need to kind of make something that is like durable and won't break. And for that, the easiest for me is to do it the way that I normally do it, like with with metal designs. I'm not so good at it. I don't normally do it, so there's a chance it doesn't quite work. So I thought I'd go for something like that. It's got a bit of body to it. And then, so what I did there was just open up the file. I started modeling this one, but I also have just a template just to see if it's about the right size. But so this is just laser cut from wood, so it doesn't quite have the shape on it. But if I just open this out, and we can, because what I did was I put the holes in it so that you can put the wires in and connect the PCBs and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of how I interpreted your drawing.
A little bit different with the frame shape.
Yeah.
Because I draw the like rectangular one.
Yeah. I try to So I tried to kind of surround the nose.
Yeah.
Just to kind of create a bit of space.
Yeah.
So it's kind of quite rectangular. But with a bit of sort of softening around, just to give space for the nose.
Yeah, because I think with the rectangle shape, you have to use like nose pads instead of using shape.
So this is the sort of next thing is nose pads is harder for me to do because there's an extra part. So sometimes I can do it, but it takes a bit of time, and I think we're a bit short of it. So I tend to go for this kind of thing so I can print it in one go. A bit like when I put these hinges in, you kind of have to create a tool and you have to heat it up and do things to it to put your nose pad in. So I've kind of gone for the normal kind of nose pad. But I sort of put a bit of this pitch of the dots here should Let's see if we've got some internet here. So you know these kind of things?
Oh yeah,
Like IC chip, if you wanted to, because on your drawing you had them on the side. I think the pitch.
Yeah, this.
Because have you heard of there's something called a breadboard? It's basically when people prototype electronics, they sometimes do it on these boards. And they have the same. They always have the same pitch with the holes. So if you can stick one in, you can take it out, stick one in. Similar, I think, for the wires. So the idea was on the sides you have the right pitch for those PCBs. On the front, not, because it's kind of curves around. But you might be able to stick your wires in loosely, however you want. And if I don't know, are you able to check in? Within the college whether you can do the neon wires or things like that?
Yeah, I think so. I need to find like particular material.
Yeah.
Maybe for some old wires like electricity wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do that.
So what I was thinking of doing is maybe just try this on for size to see if it's about the right size.
Okay.
On your just hold it on your face and then let's have a look.
Yeah, almost.
Can you hold it up?
Yeah, almost.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I think if we could. Can I take a photo? 'Cause then it helps me later on if I need to adjust any sizes or anything. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is it alright?
它可以拍照的，哦。
I think fit-wise that's okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking maybe just for time and everything else, I might. I think I'm pretty close to it. I've got. I'll get that printed. I'll fit some hinges. Get it dyed. Do you want it in the white like you showed it on here, or would you rather go for kind of color?
Yeah. At first I just think like very simple way, just laser cut the like central semi-transparent acrylic sheet. Yeah, and to like all the holes can be laser cut on that as well.
So the going back to selling it in the shop, the clear materials they're a little bit brittle. They can break. So I think it depends a little bit what you want. If you want something to kind of try on for you and not sell it, and maybe it'll break, then we can try something clear. But otherwise, it's kind of this white, and the holes are already in there printed, so you'll already have the holes, and then you can add, and then obviously you can color dye it like these are kind of colored, so we can do that kind of stuff. Yeah, so.
Maybe I need to put color on that.
Yeah, would you rather have a colour? Yeah, let me know. Because, maybe email me or something to think about the colour, and then I can dye it for you.
Okay, thank you. So the material is like the nylon, the print.
Yeah, so this is kind of my. Yeah, I think this is kind of where we have to go with it, with the materials mostly. Difficult. I think with the other group, because they only have one frame between them, I'm exploring whether we can do metal. It's a bit tricky as well. I have to talk to them later on and see if it's possible or not. But just for time and everything else, because for 3D printing, the nylon, this is the most durable. So you could put it into Lee's shop and it'll be, people can buy it and wear it and it lasts. The other ones you can use for prototyping. So.
I think tie-dye is much better than whole frames in one color. the tie-dye.
Oh, the tie-dye, yeah, you want to try that? Because did you talk to Riley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she got some pictures.
Yeah.
Because we could try the tie-dye. If you want to do the tie-dye, what I could do is I can send you some white frames,
Okay.
maybe a bit of dye, and you can just have a go yourself.
Yeah.
The way I do it is I'll have it. You need a pot with water. Maybe keep don't put the glasses right in the bottom, otherwise they might melt to the pot.
Yeah.
So put something like something to raise it off the floor, and then put a bit of water in, and let it steam. A lid, and then when you take it out, you can take a little brush and the powder, and maybe a very small amount of water, almost like a paste, and then you can just kind of dab that on in different spots. And when you put it back into the pot with the lid on, with the hot and the steam, it starts to kind of spread. And then you get that kind of marbled effect.
Okay.
But I talked to Riley as well. So if you wanted to, what we could do there is maybe if I put the hinges in and cut it and tidy it up a bit, you can then, I'll send you the white frame, and then you can have a go with the with that. Would that be alright?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. I might take some notes so I remember all this. This one is yours?
Yes.
Sorry, we'll have a quick look at your PDF while we're here.
Because we kind of like put the video on our group page.
Oh, yeah?
So that the teachers can refer it.
Oh, good. Cool. I'm all up for that. So, Angie, this is you.
Yes.
And yeah, you came up with this design, which I've kind of created here. A little thing around. It'd be nice for the lens to come out here, right?
Yes.
For that, again, a slightly different process. In manufacturing, they will put a little very thin nylon wire in it,
Nylon. Yes.
like a string almost.
Yes.
Just puts a bit of tension on, which I can't quite do. So I've filled it in to make it one hoop. You can completely open it, but then the lens comes out very easily. So I'm hoping that with this, because I've sort of created that split line to go all the way, it will look a bit like what you have there.
Okay.
And then for this cutout here, I like it. As I was mentioning, because there's a lot of forces on that lens.
Yes.
It can put a lot of stress into that corner and break it. So I was a bit nervous about making a complete cut into the frame like you have here. And I'm thinking maybe for the purpose of what you're doing, I've made a little recess here. And you could maybe laser cut or by hand cut a piece and stick it on.
I'll take it on.
Yeah.
If it's possible, like I have a hole there and I add like scroll it.
Yeah, we
and
can try
like,
that. Yeah, so I think you have that on your picture here, haven't you, somewhere? It was on the next picture.
Yeah, next picture.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, like this one here.
Like this way. Because I saw lots of like eyewear has like scroll.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, put there. Okay,
yes,
cool.
kind of like that. So if I can find like, or like if you have some like little big scroll and normally using in the eyewear, then we will have a hole, and then like I can easily changing for the shape and the materials, like I mentioned with nylon or like bamboo shape. Because I think like bamboo shape, I can like laser cutting it. Making the shape, and another like biomechanical materials, and I remember like PLA is also like biomechanical materials, and it also can be sanding, and to make it like, because I need to try a little bit as well. But I asked you before like if it's possible to print for PLA as well.
For PLA,
if it's not, I will ask for our digital room if it's possible. To come up with that pieces.
Yeah, for the only one for PLA I know is like FDM printing. They do PLA. I don't really have it myself. But PLA kind of dissolves in water. I think sometimes sometimes they use it for to dissolve. PLA. But yeah, that's cool because I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I'll have a look for some screws. And then you can screw. You can try later on. Maybe if you find the PLA.
Yes.
And then you can attach it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put the screw fitting in here then.
Yes, and I think like for this part, is that like too thick? Cause yeah, this part is too thick, or
yeah,
like
maybe
yeah. And
I was trying to, like where the groove is for the lens. If I go too much further, it starts going to the groove a lot. So the only other thing one can do is you can make. So if looking at that top edge at the moment, it's kind of like that, and you're gonna attach your thin piece here.
Yes.
We could. It's difficult to make this. We could maybe add a bit more here, so that you have a thicker piece.
Oh, okay.
But then it makes the whole frame thicker.
Yes, I don't think like.
I think it will be okay in this kind of thickness. I think because quite often in glasses, because the details are very small, you find thin pieces a lot.
Okay, we'll try to find some thin pieces. Because like I saw like bamboo.
Yeah.
Some of part bamboo I will find. Because before I think like I can find like some bamboo brick kind of, but it's almost like.
Okay, yeah. So maybe you have to sand it down a little bit.
Try a little bit others.
I think your idea of as you show in your drawing where you attach a thick piece.
Yes.
With a screw.
Yes, that is.
It's a really nice idea. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm just worried the stress will be quite high in there. It will be difficult. It again comes to the question of if I can do your drawing and the lens will fit in there, but it might end up if somebody does
that's gonna be
pings off.
Yes.
So it could be if you want to use it as for you to take photos, but it's maybe not a pair of glasses that survives for long. Then that's okay. We can try that.
Okay.
Or if we keep it to a minimum and we have all the strength in the frame, then it will be quite durable.
Yeah, I think maybe this way is much better than like if it's broken.
I think so.
Durable, so.
It depends a bit. Like if it was like maybe a catwalk or something, maybe just enough to keep it alive for an hour or two, just to make a statement, or maybe to take a picture of it, that kind of thing. It could be good. If you want to kind of keep it and wear it, then it's maybe better to keep the strength of the frame as much as possible.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I may add a hole in that then, and then you can add a screw, and I'll have some screws.
Yes.
You have a go. The other route is, but this is less interchangeable. So the screw, the nice thing is you can take it out and put a new piece in. So that's good. The other one could mock it up. Let's see if we can find it in here. Sometimes people have these kind of details.
Oh, okay.
Let me think what else. Like this one. Sometimes people have just dots, but they're not screws, so they're just pins which they use to put in to hold a hinge, for example. Quite often, like the hinge is here. And then they have the other part of the hinge. But a hinge sometimes gets they bend this part, they squash it, and then it holds it, but you can't take it out again.
Yes.
We can do it as a mock-up.
Mm-hmm.
So you put your piece on, you put your rivet in, but you keep it. You basically glue it, and it's not interchangeable after that. It depends.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
Actually, but yeah, it's seem to like
Yeah.
stick it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
think
prefer
like
a screw.
screw
Yeah.
is better, and
Cool.
yeah, and like if like I will try for PLA, then this part maybe need 3D printing it out, like this part I think. So I may need your like Rhino drawing, so
Okay,
that I can
yes.
change
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shape
yeah,
and
yeah,
cut
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah,
Yeah, so send CAD file.
yes. Do you think like the size is a little bit bigger? I
Try
don't know.
Yeah, try it on. That's it. It will be a little bit less tight, but it's a bit too tight
Yeah,
now.
but this part is not quite
Yeah.
comfortable actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I need changing a little bit.
Oh, it's a bit wider than
Yeah, it's
能
gonna
看
be
上去吗？往下压，这样。
很奇怪。So I thought like,
Actually, so try one again for a second.
yeah, I
应该
think
是
it's
可以
gonna
挂
be
在耳朵
a
上。
little bit weird for this part because it's
Mm.
not kind like totally hold my ear.
No.
So I'm thinking maybe just like changing with a strict way.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a little
这
bit.
个应该是勾下去。
对，挂在耳朵上。
Yeah, but I think
Try on Janila's face.
Maybe you can try it because your head is.
yeah, I think like this part is a little bit big.
And then let's look at the front. Are you able to put it down just for a second? No.
No,
Too
it's
tight.
if I put it down, it's gonna weird. Like
Okay, keep it there.
yeah.
But otherwise, cool. I like it. Yeah, looks
Let me
good.
try it.
Need to maybe go a little
Yeah,
bit
you can
wider
try
at
it.
For yours, you know, you're trying to make the two things come apart, and they've got the same problem, which is it's quite difficult. It needs engineering development to make it work well. So I have an idea, which is we will have one where the two pieces are apart, and you can tell the story that they are joinable. But we'll make one complete as one part, because we want to make this bit strong, so it doesn't break. That you can wear, and then that way you can try it on, wear it, see if it looks good, if you like it. But you can also have the two extra pieces that show how it works, and maybe in slightly different colours or something. But then I tried it, and again, it's kind of time to develop sometimes these things, which isn't. As soon as you move away from standard components, it's always a bit more tricky. So I've kind of put like a magnet in there, and it kind of holds, but it's a bit on the weak side. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
So I could, as you can tell, there's not a lot of space here. I could make the middle bigger,
Yeah.
and then it can fit properly, like Lego or something.
Yeah.
But then I worry that you may lose the look of trying to keep it thin there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think it can be bigger.
Yeah, would you rather try that
Yeah.
so then it fits together
Yeah.
more?
Maybe like this part can be higher, like to here, like one.
Yeah.
Like,
So we've got the shape. So then we could
like make it like.
could either go straight
Yeah.
over. Yeah, go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could look cool. So then it'll be quite edgy, quite out there design, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the other thing I just wanted to check with you, I know on your design you had it coming down to a point, quite sharp. Because I can't do nose pads easily, I wanted to print the nose pad.
Yeah.
So you've got a bit of nose pad there, and let's try this one on.
And you.
That's it. Okay, look at that. Yeah. Let's have a look again. That looks good. I think it fits. Cool. And again, I think it'll look better in the colour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I think if it's like bigger, this part it will be stronger.
Okay, I'll still use a magnet then, I think, just to kind of clip it, but it'll have more of a fit together.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, that's good. And then obviously you'll have hinges as well and all that kind of business, but so you could fold them. Which then brings us... Is that cool? You
Yeah.
happy? Any other thoughts?
No, I'm really good.
Awesome. And then we have is it Angelina next, isn't it? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Because I want it to be quite large
Yeah.
in terms of like optical glasses.
Okay,
So-
cool. That's what was going to be my question. You wanted them in optical, huh?
Yeah. So like transparent lenses.
And then, do you want a prescription on there or plain it like without a prescription?
If for now, like plain ones, but
Yeah.
if like anyone wants it with a prescription, then of course.
Yeah, because I mean, we can put your prescription in if you want.
Because I got really high.
Yeah.
So,
We could give it a go. But yeah, I mean, plainer is good because then other people can wear it, that kind of
or you
thing.
can just like wear contact lenses and then
Yeah.
just wear it for like a fashion piece or what.
Very good. It's here, isn't it? Because I started. So this is good. So we can do a little fit. I'll try to keep to your dimensions.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's a bit different when you try it on, you know. So I'll give it a go.
But is it possible to like put the lenses in and then leave a little bit gap here?
I need to talk to. I wanted to talk to Lee about that actually.
My face is
Lina,
huge. So
Lina, Lina.
try it for me.
But it's for you.
It's for you.
Do you want to give it to me?
I was worried a bit with this one.
Yes,
Yeah,
cool.
it's perfect with Jacob's
Yeah, you
face.
can give it to me.
Okay, have a look at me. Feels a bit wide on the nose. Could come in a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
But then there's your nose we want. Should we try on you?
I'll try on. But actually for this bit here, I'm thinking maybe like extend it and then kind of go a little bit flatter instead of like a curved shape.
All right.
I'm not
Let's
sure.
see.
I got the hat on.
No, it's not too bad. Actually, it maybe comes down a little bit into the
Yeah.
mid a little bit tighter.
I think it fits quite nice right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
I wonder if we could come in
I'm
a little
practically
bit.
blind right now
Yeah. Yeah.
without my glasses.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to bring it in just a smidge, a little bit, maybe just to sit on your nose a bit better.
Yeah, cause I was thinking like maybe something a little bit like this, cause it's kind of like straight in the
Yeah.
arms, but just a little bit steep curve here. So
I may have to
be extended like
a bit longer. Is that because it doesn't? Has it fit around your ear at the moment?
yeah.
Is it okay? I've got your things down.
But I think the balance is quite nice. It actually keeps the balance.
Yeah, where is it now? See, you have got it. Yeah, okay. I tried to do this a little bit.
Yeah. Cause I'm not exactly sure about the length for the
Yeah.
arm, so.
How was it? Maybe try it on again. I think the length was okay, was it? Or?
Yeah, right now the length feels okay, but I'm not sure if it's the length or it's the curve here. But it feels quite well
Yeah.
when I put it on, so.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
quite good actually.
It actually fits.
Yeah.
But I might prefer a little bit longer. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay, maybe a little bit longer. I may struggle for time to change
Yeah, I
the
think
shape
so.
Yeah.
We only have 2 weeks left, guys.
for this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried actually. Because some things like making it longer I can kind of change a bit more easily, but changing the shape takes time,
Mhm.
like if it's straight and all
Yeah.
that. And so I'll try and make it a bit longer. Well, I think it's just quite good in your ear at the moment actually.
Yeah. I think it's sufficient for like even like prototypes.
I think maybe we're quite close with that one. About the lens. So I need to figure this. I wanted to ask Lee about this because you do see. So where the lens does this,
Mhm.
and the frame goes up here, and you've got this hole.
Yeah, it's like gap here.
What I'm not 100% sure about is whether I suppose it's quite. What can happen is because there's a bit of force in there that it kind of pushes the frame out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice if it's held all the way around. Having said that, there are glasses like that you can buy, so it's possible, obviously.
Yeah, because I saw some like cat eye shade
Yeah.
that they made like the gap here, but usually they're metal, so
Yeah,
I
a bit
understand they
stronger.
must be stronger.
And I'm not sure if sometimes they maybe put a nylon wire in there as well, just kind of hold it.
Uh-huh.
But maybe I'm overthinking it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to check with Lee whether it's possible, because he has I think he has a guy who can do a bit more bespoke cutting of the lenses, and it might work. So I was going to ask you, the only other thing what one could maybe do, if not, you can either go completely fill it with one lens,
Mhm.
or I could make a separate part with maybe some kind of a pattern that we stick in there.
Yeah.
So then there's a separate part,
Okay.
and then that will hold it better. But I'm not sure.
But right now the frames looks quite finished
Yeah.
from the front, so.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I quite like it. I quite like the way the sort of this face here follows around that one,
Yeah.
and then that face there follows around there. You know, quite often in glasses you have a kind of, I don't know, almost I have a top face, a bottom face, and a side face. There you only have a top and a side. So it's quite nice. I like it.
Thank you.
Different.
It looks really nice.
So you mentioned timings. So I think the 22nd of May was mentioned. I'm not sure quite what that was. The 22nd. It might be for me to return your frames, but I need to check with Darla maybe when she gets in. Because at the moment I can make some of these changes. Keep it simple. I can't go too different.
Yeah.
But I need to ribbony one. Okay. Which look like that one. So I like the drawing actually. It's quite a nice drawing. And I thought I'll have a go on doing this. Wasn't super easy, but
I think it's different.
so we'll have to see how it looks like in the end. I think it's a bit more experimental in that way. And then she was going to tie-dye it, and she practiced a bit already, and I think together it could look quite good. I think if it was a solid colour, it might look a bit messy, but with the tie-dye, it might look perfect. But a little bit of luck, see how it goes. I'm quite, I think we're sort of there, and it's good to give that one a go. So from Riley's point of view, if she's happy, then I'll continue on with that one. I kind of made this just to check fit. So you could maybe give this to Riley and she can take a photo or something.
Yeah.
If she's around, but welcome to keep that. So it's just for a bit of fit. So that's that. So I don't know if you want to it's a good idea, let's prioritize one, but I'll do all.
Yeah. So maybe you can choose one. Which one you think is takes less time to?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think maybe it's similar. The question is, I guess maybe as part of your launch, I don't know if you have a particular flavour that you like to go for. I guess they all have a bit of a statement to them, so that's good. And then we've got your